An asset is an asset till it is protected adequately. An asset will have value when it is alive. A dead asset doesn't bring in any value. Hi everyone, this is Pooja. I am sharing with you 5 tips on how to effectively manage your IP. Startups, this is specifically for you. So, the first tip from my side is to ensure that you have a standard process in place which helps you in capturing the IP. Sometimes we don't know what is the right time to file an IP. We don't know how to file an IP. We don't know whom to get in touch with. We don't even know if we have an IP. So, to answer all these questions, we need to have a standard process: whom to contact, where to contact, what information needs to be given. This information should not be only available to the founders or creators of the startup, but also to the team members so that they know where to go. Through this process, you will be in a position to capture the IP at the right time, thus protecting your assets and not losing them. Another tip to ensure that you capture the IP effectively is to document. There are a lot of things that we ideate or create or create content on, or we have different slogans on, or we design. So all these are different forms of IP, and these need to be documented so that these are captured. Documentation also helps in one thing, which is to ensure that you know who contributed to what and when was it created. For example, in case of trademarks, you need to give the proof of use. So at that point of time, this documentation will help you in proving that when you had started using your trademark from. The other tip is to have budget. Have a healthy budget for your IP filing. Create a dedicated budget for your IP filing. Don't wait till the last moment. You need to start planning about the budget right from the day you are ideating or you are creating any form of IP. Many startups tend to think about IP at a later stage, and then they start thinking about the funding or the money that is required to protect the IP. And unfortunately, many of them lose out on it because they don't have sufficient funds. So, when you are planning your business strategy, start also thinking about your IP strategy. Plan, have a budget for it. There are a lot of grants which have heads which give you funds to protect your IP. There are some specific schemes and funding opportunities which only fund the protection of IP. So, think ahead, plan ahead. You need to have a dedicated person. It could be an internal team member, it could be one of the founders, or it could be an external party who is handling the IB process for the startup. When there are too many stakeholders involved, generally the IP gets lost or timely actions are not taken. So, to avoid such situation where you may lose out IP, have a dedicated person to take care of the entire thing. If you have an internal person, it could be a founder, or you could have a team member who is taking care of the IP right from the scratch, from the day, from file, even before prior filing to its grant to its maintenance. So you have a person taking care of each of these steps. You could find a person who is trained in IP, or you could also train them by getting them involved in different courses, webinars, or if you need help, just get in touch with me. I'll tell you how to do it. You could also have an external firm or a facilitator taking care of your IP from end to end so that you could focus on creating innovations, products, services, and solving the problems of customer rather than focusing on IP itself. The last tip from my side is that you should regularly conduct an audit to see what all assets do you have. Are they alive? Are they dead? Do you need to do anything to maintain them? All this needs to be taken care of. So, auditing is a very essential step so that you can ensure that whatever you have is truly an asset. I'll give you an example of one of the largest corporations, Microsoft, where they use IP audits to regularly audit their IP portfolio to see which of those are still useful to them. Otherwise, the rest, which are no longer useful for them, are given out for licensing. So that could be another strategy that you could use, that those IPs which are just lying with you and are no longer useful to you could be licensed out and be a source of revenue for you. I hope this was useful for you all, and you could implement it in your day to day operations of a startup. Do let me know in the comments what more tips do you want me to share. Thank you.